else people don't need to hear
Okay.
about the real. Welcome everybody. This is Meta the Metaverse. If you did not know, this is a channel that focuses on events that happens in the world today. Now we ain't
That's
on here
true.
all the time because we got real stuff going on offside the internet.
That's
So
true.
we ain't like some of these other people. I was thinking about this. I was like, what kind of man sits on the damn record video, girls talking, then rag on the girls, but I
Over
can't
and over and
over and over
over.
again. But see,
Yeah.
then when I think about it, what Kevin Samuels did, he at least offer advice.
Yeah, advice and a
Yeah,
different perspective. And what I liked about Kevin Samuels is he was actually in that field where, what was he technically? He was
image consultant.
image consultant, and he does some of that. And that's not necessarily a real job, but it's a real job in this world. So, he has certain insight that the regular people might not have.
And he likes style from the get go. Most guys don't like that kind of style and
Right, and
finesse.
cologne and women's perfume and stuff like that. And
Know about. He didn't say this, but I guarantee he know what a doo-wah is.
Oh, what is that? What is that?
It's a small sheet. You make up your bed, and the foot of your bed where your feet at, you put a small sheet
Well,
right
yeah,
there.
he
That's
probably does know that. Right, he know that. How many pillows and all that stuff. You're not gonna get that here,
but here's see, and he offered people call, he offered feedback and kind of like counsel. What I seen now on YouTube, they just criticize, and don't offer anything. And you got to be, I got to be careful because I'd be listening to it. Do you turn out not like the women?
I listen to it too, and that's one of the things I was thinking about. Like, it's so easy to just bash women. Like, it's a divide, of course, but people like to get clips of women saying certain stuff and then just react to that and bash women. So, see, this is why black men, we can't find no good women because of this woman right here. No, that's not the case. This is one woman speaking her mind right now. Like, you'll talk to that woman and she might not feel that same way, but the way the internet is, people like to make videos and you got to make them a certain way for them to go viral. So I think that's what a lot of people like to do.
And it's all in the game. If you're a real person, if you're a real heterosexual man out here, you know what type of women out here. You know from the get go. You like
so Lewis.
Go
ahead. Finish up first.
Guys like toxic relationships. Females like toxic relationships. Make your dick get hard.
Right. So let me ask you this.
Not me though.
So are all black women bad or something? Because that's the message that I see a lot of black black men pushing out, like all these, they call them BWs and all stuff. And like I said, I watch it, but I know this is just entertainment. Like, you can't get too deep into this because people just running their mouth on YouTube. Like, some of it is comedy, some of it is entertainment, but you can't take this stuff too serious just because you see a clip of a black woman doing something, or a black man for that matter.
Boy, Brandon, I wish you were a stranger. Kyle, I slapped the shit out your ass. Kyle, you made that damn dumbass statement.
What? What? Go ahead.
You just said your mama, Miss R. I ain't gonna say her last name. Miss R ain't shit.
Right, but that's what
Miss
people
P
are trying to lead
ain't
you.
Shit. My sister ain't shit. My niece ain't shit. Your daughter ain't shit. So you say a statement like that, and especially if you're a man, I may slap the shit out your ass, but probably not because I can talk.
We can't catch these people on YouTube saying this stuff, but they'll be like, black women this, black women that. Oh, you can't date black women. There's no good black women out there. No, that ain't the case.
It's just your ass ain't no good, and you can't figure it out.
Right. You got, or your game ain't tight. Like,
like,
you gotta go ahead.
I saw the video of the lady on top of that car, and she put her arm through the car door. The man slammed the arm through the car door and drove off with the girl on top of that car. Right. You seen that video?
I seen one like that one, if not that one.
See, what happened was I saw the problem right there. That the young lady had them cakes, and he was and he was mesmerized about them cakes.
Right.
So and both she toxic, he toxic,
and when you're young, you're attracted to toxic behavior. You don't necessarily want somebody that's doing the right thing. You want somebody with a little edge because that's just what you're attracted to. And you might not even realize it.
Now, what you mean you want somebody with a little edge, Brandon?
You know, girls want a rough neck.
Well,
You
so
want
what the
somebody
guys? So what do the guys want?
we want a hoe.
And you
we
said
might-
I
we
was
might-
thinking I was gonna see what you
We-
I would no.
when
I
you're
would say
young-
that no.
when you're
You
young-
said it
okay.
wrong.
Okay, when you're young, you're not looking for a wife, or when a woman's young, she's not necessarily looking for a husband, or she might not, she might not need to be looking for one. You're trying to date, you're trying to see what you're into right now, or what's your taste, or what you do like, or what you don't like. You can't just go out there looking for Mr. Right when you're young at that age. So you're gonna see some qualities in somebody. You might like a drug dealer, that might fast money might excite you. You might thinking, oh, I can be getting a lot of things. I can go out of restaurants, XYZ. So when you're young, you might like those kind of things. But when you get older, I guess your perspective might change. It should change a little bit. You say, well, you know what? I need a family man. I need somebody that's going to be home more. He's not trying to go out still, So your taste is going to change. It's going to, you're going to date people. The data you're going to collect, you're going to use that to be trying to find your partner for the future.
Now, Brandon, I'm gonna make a correction. I don't know about guys. I wasn't looking for no hoe. I was
Okay.
looking for a girl who's easier.
Well, that's true. And right.
So she ain't no who the hell out. Some guys are doing, but I ain't never had the modem be my dick. Then 5 minutes later, be another. I come behind somebody else's dick 5 minutes later. Then I ain't never been that type of person. Now that pussy kind of cool off.
Right.
Pussy too hot for me. Never been that type of person.
And I said I'm not gonna laugh that much, but I'm already laughing. But that's true. But some guys are like that, and that might be your thing. Like some guys are into that. Like they wanna be in the room with another man while they're having sex with a woman. Like that might just be their thing. But
what
here on the man,
Pimp C said, you ain't never catch me a Bun B in a room together while hang out. we don't get down like that. That's the type of freaks.
But we're not trying to judge. We're not judging anybody. But I'm just.
Oh, I'm judging. I'm judging. No, I ain't. I'm judging. Now, what I said, them cakes, Brandon, can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Now, she got them cakes on there, and both of them was mesmerized. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And you don't know you risking your life, but
she ain't risking her life. I can tell what's gonna happen. It's two things gonna happen. It's three things gonna happen. He gonna open the door and let her arm off, or we're gonna do worst case scenarios now, or her hand gonna break loose and she fall off the car.
Right.
But if her hand don't break loose, her shoulder will break loose. And then she lose the whole damn arm. So
but is that worth it? Is that worth it? When you're in love, or when you're in lust, or when you're in heat with somebody like that, and they make you mad, and you doing this, and y'all going back and forth, you're not thinking logically. So things like this gonna happen. You're gonna be on top of a car. And I've seen many videos where females or males have been on the car while it's going at a high speed of rate. So love will make you do a lot of crazy things. Lust to make you do a lot of crazy things. Liking somebody will make you do a lot of crazy things.
So speaking on that, Brandon, I want to start this episode about a little church, right?
Yeah, you did say that.
Because we got to show some love to God. And God,
which is important.
God teaches a lot of game. Now watch this, Brandon. A man love for pleasure. A man who loves pleasure becomes poor. Wine and luxuries are not the way to riches, Brandon. Will you agree with that statement?
Yes, I would.
Now,
I don't think everybody would agree with that, though.
What kind of pleasure make you poor?
You can be poor mentally, like
no. Listen to me carefully now. A man who loves pleasure becomes poor.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of pleasure can lead a man to become poor?
or sexual pleasure or chasing the wrong kind of things or uplifting the wrong kind of things, like materialistic things. And when you look at that instead of looking towards God, your values are going to be a little off, in my opinion, and you're going to be poor mentally. But go ahead.
One of the if you got a young guy and if he dating a young woman, one of his biggest expense, it would be dating that woman.
Why you think that is? You talking about now, or you talking about when we were dating, when we were growing up?
I think it's
at a young man.
It's back then, yes, and now, yes. Even though everybody want equal rights for gingers, somebody want to go Dutch or split the payment. Ladies still like chivalry, and part of chivalry is providing, and actually part of manhood is providing. Right. So when a man provides, that may look very attractive to a woman. Right. So a lot of guys will do fit the bill on dates if they ain't smart enough. Fit the bill on dates to get a little pressure in life. But what they got to do, they need to start going some places for free, like walk in the park. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I watch some YouTubers. They say you shouldn't even take women out to eat. You should just be taking them to parks or, free stuff, because it's just a lot of, because it can be expensive taking people out on dates and eating at these restaurants and stuff like that if people aren't really even interested in you. So you need to figure out whether people are really interested in you or really interested in a meal.
Or you could set some ground rules at the beginning. You remember what Chili used to have, a 2 for $20?
Oh yeah, or TGI Friday, the 2 for $25. Yeah,
2 for $20. You coming there early? We order from the 2 for $20. We ain't get that else besides.
But are modern women going for that now? Are they going for the 2 for $20 at Applebee's or TGI Fridays or Chili's?
Some of, like I said, some on yes, some on no. Yeah. If they eat a McDonald's burger, shit, they eat a 2 for $20.
Right. It's actually an upgrade, but I think people think you have to be on a fancy date all the time. You don't have to do that all the time. You can just have a regular meal or do something at home. You better off cooking at home anyway.
Well, hold on, Brandon. Not Brandon. Now I got it, Brandon. What you mean do something at home on the first date?
Do a little, well, not the first date, but I'm just saying, like, if you dating somebody or y'all getting to know each other, you're gonna try to get over to the house. Yeah, come on through. I'm gonna throw some lamb chops on the stove.
I was thinking about this. I practice toxic masculinity. All right. So yes. So if a guy invites you to their house,
but no, I ain't even gonna say that. It's not even toxic.
In the back of your mind, I tell my daughter, if a guy invites you to the house, he may be looking for more than them damn lamb chops.
Right. But they know that, we know that. It's just a game we play. You know what I'm saying?
Who know that?
Women know that. If I invite
not necessarily.
Well, listen, we're telling you now. If a guy invites you over to his house and it's after 7 p.m. if you come, and even before 7 p.m. really, but definitely if the sun went down, if it's going down, he trying to go down, if you know what I'm talking about. So just keep that in mind.
A wise man used to say that. KS used to say that. After dark, I'd say,
what?
It's a lot of things people used to say. If you just hear it and don't get offensive, we got to learn. People, we a little too soft. This generation right now is going to be the first generation. The guys go join the military wearing tutus, man. Wait till the next generation. And we going to end up just like Great Britain. Great Britain used to be a powerhouse, this and that. And now they ain't a powerhouse no more.
You don't even hear about them, really.
And I think that may be coming to America now, man, because they try to cancel Dave Chappelle because he makes some transphobic.
Did they try to do it again? Because I saw something. So they tried to do it. He got one of his shows canceled. Is that what happened?
Well, the tickets sold out. So So they said you can't perform here, and they shifted people to another venue. That's just some dumb man. People
Right.
Instead of they wasting their time on who sucking and who loving who, and it's just a scam why they rob your pilots short.
Right. But is that hate speech what he's saying, or is it just a joke, a clever told joke? Like, I don't feel like he's attacking trans people. I think he's like kind of like us. He's trying to figure out what this society is doing with trans and how it kind of overshadows our plight as Black people. And he's just kind of curious how they were in the back, now they're in the front.
Dave Chappelle, I never heard Dave Chappelle said a hateful statement. I heard Dave Chappelle give his point of view, but I never heard him say anything hateful. And if he said something hateful, I'd probably like, man, what the fuck you talking about? But he ain't never said nothing.
Right. And I think if you even mention it and kind of joke, like, and I get they're sensitive and they're going through a lot of stuff, but you know, we are going through a lot of stuff with that and with the whole thing anyway. We're trying to adjust as people. Like, that's something new. It's gonna take us a minute, especially older people, like the young people that y'all don't really care too much, but older people, we grew up one way so long. It's like y'all are trying to shift everything and shift what we were taught in school, what we taught in science, and we're going another way now. And like I said, we want to respect everybody, but it's still kind of, we got some questions.
Now, Dave Chappelle may make a joke about a trans woman. Wait, hold on. A trans woman pulling her dick out, throwing on the table. But I just thought about Jim Carrey, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. The first movie, they had a trans joke. He turned around, had his dick hanging in the back. Why nobody didn't cancel him? Ace Ventura back then.
Right. We you know, we were so new what that was, and you know, they were calling it a hermaphrodite, and you know, we just didn't know what they were trying to show us, and what kind of we didn't see us being where we are now watching Ace Ventura. But
hold on, but say that again, Brady, because you said a bunch of nothing.
Yeah, like back then, did you think when you saw that we were gonna be here now, when men you can change into a woman if you want to, and people will recognize you as a woman?
They did recognize her as a woman till they found out I was a man. Then they saw
and they started spitting. Right. Now, how offensive is that? Like I say, if we did that now, you know, if you do that now, I think it was one show where a guy kissed a trans person or something like that, or talked about it. He said he wanted to throw up. They want to cancel the guy. You know, you can't have the right to kiss who you want to or feel about who you're kissing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be politically correct now for some reason.
Let's talk about it. You know, they do have an issue going on with a lot of trans men, especially Black ones, end up getting abused and killed. Did you know that?
With who? I mean, it's a lot of that going on.
I think with other black guys. Like trans women, a lot of them get abused or killed by other black guys. Yeah. But here's the thing. Are those trans women are telling these heterosexual guys they are a man? Or is it coming up as a surprise?
Yeah, I think it's half and half. I think a lot of people like to have sex with trans people, you know, or trans women or whatever, and they have a fetish, but they don't want it to get out. And sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, well, I'm going to expose you," and that could turn into a violent thing. Or some people may want to, they might like tricking people and not telling them, or hiding their true self and then revealing it later. You know what I'm saying? And that can cause problems too.
Should a trans person expose their gender, gender at birth to a potential mate?
I don't think you should have to tell somebody what you were born as. Like,
is you crazy?
You need to be trying to figure these things out, or you need to. If I'm dating somebody, you need to ask these questions directly. But I can't sit here and tell trans people every person they need to talk to, They need to
No,
tell.
I said mate. I use the word mate. I'll go repose
if
my
you're
question.
already date, okay, go ahead.
I'll repose. Should a trans person expose their birth gender to a potential mate?
Yes. If y'all are dating, I think you need to go ahead and tell them. Like,
I said potential mate.
Okay, so but to be a potential mate, y'all have to be trying to court each other or dating, right?
Okay, yes. Do the courting process or you flirting.
Right. So if I'm talking but before I say this, as a man, when you're out in this new world, you need to be keeping your eyes sharp. You need to be focused.
You ain't sharp when you got the Drake on you.
Right, because it's a lot of surgeries, it's a lot of makeup, and if you're not into a certain thing, you need to be trying to make sure that you got a real woman, or however you process this, because like I said, we're not trying to offend anybody, but you need to make sure you sharp and focus in this dating game, because there's a lot of stuff going on, especially depending on what city you're in. So don't go out drinking.
Answer my question.
I feel like you should. But do we need to tell, if we were dating somebody, do we need to be like, look, I just want to let you know before we start dating, I'm a male?
No. If you appear,
but see, they feel like go ahead.
Brandon, you appear to be a male. So
okay,
I assume you was a male at birth.
But Lewis, you cannot assume my pronouns. You don't know my pronouns and all that stuff, whatever that stuff means.
Check this out.
I'm joking. Go ahead.
I could be a heterosexual man. All right.
You a cis man. All right, go ahead.
No, I say heterosexual man. I don't have no wife. I don't have no girlfriend. I go to a website. I'm looking for an escort woman. And I want to do all the thrills in the world for $2,000 that night.
Okay.
If I get in there, now they say a woman now. They say
right.
If I get in there and we start to do some thrills and 2 dicks come out, do I get my money back?
No, you don't, because you didn't specify. Did you want a woman, or you want somebody born into this world on her birth certificate as a female? So you need to make sure you read in the website's fine print to make sure they giving you what you're asking for. Because women, the term woman has changed since we were born. Like this is what it is now.
I will. You can be about that black PhD who said the same damn thing. And people,
what did I'm saying?
A woman. A woman could be a trans woman or a regular woman or a cis woman.
Did you see what Macy Gray, that black singer, said? She was just talking about trans stuff a little bit, but then she got canceled just because if you're not going along with what the new thing that everybody's doing with trans, they're gonna have some issues.
You know why they get canceled?
Why?
Because these trans women got dicks, and when you got dicks, you damn fight. Fighting, and women can't take over. How the regular women supposed to fight a natural born man in the streets?
Yeah,
and that's what they doing. They trying to take over. See, they forgot what a man or a male is. We like to fight. We conquerors. We like to take over. So you have a clone coming in, want your rights, and you ain't gonna fight them back. So the man's got to fight them back. Dave Chappelle's fighting for women's rights. I'm fighting,
and they don't even know it.
Rights.
Right. We're feminists right now. We trying to help the women out, but
I ain't no damn feminist. Don't put that on me. I ain't no damn feminist.
Well, a feminist is somebody who represents or is defending women and their issues. We defend women and their issues if we agree with what they're saying. We don't agree with everything.
And in the late 1800s, those white feminists with what's the man Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass was trying to get some voting rights for black males, and the white female feminists was all over his ass. You can't do that. How you gonna let these damn jungle monkeys vote before white women? And that's what when I can't see, that's why I can't stand when you especially have black feminists, because they don't know the whole damn history.
Right. Because you do need to look. You need to look up the history. Yeah, you need to look up the history. I say if you want to be a feminist, but don't be in a feminist group. Like, use the definition of what the feminist means. Well, don't roll with that. Don't roll with groups. Don't roll with gangs. There's a lot of gangs out here.
Why white females got the right to vote in 1912 and black females didn't get the right to vote in 1964? Tell me that.
So wait, did the females didn't help push for that for black females? Because they needed the muscle, they needed the numbers to help get what they needed for their agenda. So you telling me they didn't help black women? Well, that's right. We weren't. Go ahead.
Those in 1912, 1914, whatever happened, they were looking out for their own group.
Right.
And black women wasn't part of that group.
Right.
So I'm a little country. If you didn't like me back then, fuck it, don't like me now. And that's what black people got to understand, especially on black feminists. If they didn't fight for you back then, why they need you now? They ride you like a damn donkey to get all the shit passed. And next thing you know, you got chicks with dicks coming in trying to pass laws. We gotta edit all this out because they about to cut me. But chicks with dicks, what's wrong with chicks with dicks? Guys with vaginas, what's wrong with that? I'm fine with it.
You fine with it how?
But tell me, if I hire an escort and I pay $2,000 for a woman, I'll come out there, better not be no damn two dicks coming out.
Let me give you a little story since we're kind of on this topic. I was working the register one day at the restaurant. A guy came in. He was acting a little weird when he was ordering. I didn't think too much of it. It was an older guy. So I took his order. He sat down. When I was still at the register, he asked me, he was like, do y'all have strawberry daiquiris here? I was like, huh? I was like, no, we ain't got no strawberry daiquiris. He, oh, okay, cool. So he got his food, left, came back, was like, we got a problem. I was like, what's going on? He was like, you gave me the wrong stuff or whatever. He gave me the wrong dogs. I was like, okay, well, we can fix it. Just tell me what you need. He was like, no, don't worry about it. I'm gonna just order two more dogs. I was like, are you sure? He was like, okay, cool. So I was like, which ones you want? He was telling me, he was like, you know what? I really don't have a problem. I don't care what's on them dogs. I'll suck everything off them dogs in the car in a minute. I was
hold on. That's sexual harassment. Hold on.
It is. I was like, whoa. I didn't need to hear all that. That's a real thing that happens to people in those kind of industries. You get hit on, people try to flirt with you. And I skipped the part when the first order, he gave me he was writing a tip. He was like, are you going to get this tip? Of course, I don't get the tips because I'm one of the owners. But I was like, yeah, I'm going to get this tip. He gave me a $10 tip. I was like, dang, that's a lot. I was like, okay, cool. So then when he came back, no, I did not give him my phone number. But after he said that, I was like, I turned around and said, yeah, we got to get these hot dogs out of here. We got to get this dude out of here. He in here wilding. But then I told him what happened. I was like, yeah. And he said something weird. He was like, strawberry daiquiris. I was like, why would you ask about strawberry daiquiris? And you know what city I'm in? I'm like, that might be a code for something. So later, the other guy, he looked it up. He was like, yeah, that's code for something down there. I was like, don't even tell me what it is.
No, what is it? What is it?
I didn't look it up. I didn't look. You have to look it up. We're gonna let the subscribers look at.
I ain't
that's why I said I wouldn't look
at daiquiris myself.
But those kind of things, happen, and I didn't want to assault the guy, just because he was hitting on me, and he might have been, he was the same sex as me. I don't have a problem with those type of people. I don't have a problem. Now, if he tried to touch me or try to kiss me, now we got a problem. We got a real problem. But he did harass me. That is harassment, and you're not supposed to do that kind of stuff unwarranted. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless he thought I was giving him signals or something like that. But just an interesting story I wanted to bring up since we're talking about that topic. That group.
Well, I looked it up. I didn't see no slang words. what you talking about. I saw something
Well,
about mystery circles. so I don't think you have a mystery cycle, but I don't know.
But what were we talking about before that?
All right, we was talking about
just the trans, I guess the trans community and how that ties into this Bible verse.
Well, nah, I didn't want to say that, but pride. When we talk about pride, we ain't talking about the LGBT community. We talking about sometimes pride could get you in trouble. You know what I mean, Brandon?
I do.
Like you'll run your mouth so big, so bad, and then when it's time to cash a check, you may not cash it.
You're right.
And you may think, see, one thing we got to look at too, your power, all your glory come from God.
Yeah.
So if you real prideful in yourself, everything you, I'm big, I'm bad. Oh, you better, who gave you all that stuff? Who gave you this? Yeah. Who gave you that? So
well, some people think they just worked hard and they got it on their own. They made themselves a boss. They didn't really necessarily need God.
Yeah, some people think that, but shit, I tell you this, I like to give God all the credit he could get.
Yeah.
All right, now we said we ain't gonna talk about no women, but here's a verse on women. Can you read that, brother?
It is better to live in the corner of an attic than with a crabby woman in a lonely house at a lonely home.
Now that's Proverbs 21st chapter 9 verse.
Why is that in the Bible? That's in the Bible. That's good game, but I just think that's funny. I just think that's funny that that's in the Bible. That is great advice. That is great advice. It's just funny that it's a crabby woman or woman.
Well, this is the paraphrase version, the living paraphrase version. So it can break it down in today's terminology.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. But we can interchange woman for man too,
And no, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. Now you know you can't. Because we different now. We man and women are different.
But how are we different? I mean, I get what you're saying, and it makes sense this way.
I could be perfectly fine not saying shit,
right,
all day long. But can a lot of women do that?
No. It's, I guess, like I say, our natures are different.
Yeah,
we react to stuff differently.
So we ain't gonna touch on this one, but guys, if you got a private woman, and the Bible says go live in the attic, you'll find a better peace in the attic than in a lovely home.
Oh, did I say lonely? Yeah, lovely home. My bad.
Lovely home. So you can have a mansion, but everybody in your home don't bring you peace. You might as well be in the damn doghouse.
That is true.
All right, here's another one. I could teach people. Now, most people probably never saw that word plotting.
Plotting?
Spelled like that. I used to see with 2 T's or something, but steady plotting brings prosperity. Half speculation brings poverty. So when I see this, it tells me, guys, we need to plan for our future. Because if you don't plan or graph it out, poverty is sure go come. Because if you're speculating, you're guessing about how your future will be.
And you can guess some, but you can't do that your whole life and get where you want to get. That's just like you gambling with your life.
Now, what you mean you could guess some? Like what?
You can be like, should I make this decision? Should I get this, or should I move to another state, or should I change jobs? I'm gonna go with my gut, and that's kind of like a guess. You can do that. You should research your, and plan your moves, but you can sometimes, I'm not gonna say you can skip those steps, but you can do it sometimes and it works, but it's not gonna always work. You can't always go with that system. Okay. It's best to plan.
Here's an example. I switched from North Carolina to Maryland. I did not just come up here without a plan.
Right.
I came up here because I had a contractual contract for a job. I had some other stuff. So I was plotting. I just didn't move and look.
But they'll just be like, you know what, I'm leaving. I'm packing up. I'm gonna go up there, and I'm just gonna find a job.
But
that
you know
can
what?
work, but it can fail too. Go ahead.
I think that really don't happen, Brandon, because people
You
are
don't think
broke.
so?
People broke. People can't
Well,
go around the
nowadays,
fucking corner, man. They can't go around the corner while
right?
borrowing my money.
Right. It's real hard out here. Like I say, prices up. You can't just pack everything up and move to another state. That's expensive just doing that, you know, off the strength of gas money, trying to stay somewhere new, you know, getting a property or something like that, renting. That's a lot. If you already in a city and you kind of established, you might as well stick it out if you're gonna do that.
Proverbs 21st chapter, verse 23 says, keep your mouth closed and stay out of trouble. Brandon, let me tell you a story. I used to have a friend. He went to middle school with us, and he was always getting into fights.
Okay.
You know why he got into fights?
Because his mouth.
Because of the damn mouth all the time. All the time. Did somebody hit him? Boop, boop. Somebody hit him again. Boop, boop. So if guys, we could save a lot of hardship if we keep our mouth closed. Watch this. When you get arrested and they read you your Miranda rights, if they read you your Miranda rights,
right,
that means everything you say is on the record. When you go to jail, talk to the nurse, talk to the person who clock you in. Anything you say to them is on the record. So
right. They're recording it. It ain't like they just gonna remember it. They're recording it. When they detaining you, all the stuff you saying is recorded, and they're gonna have a transcript of it. But go ahead.
And watch this. Before recorders was available, they gonna leave a swirl statement of the police officer over your word every day of the week.
Right.
So there it is, damn recorder.
Right.
If they read you your Miranda rights and you say something dumb, and there you go. You just fuck yourself up. Close. Right. The Bible said, "Close your mouth, and you'll stay out of damn trouble." And watch this. Watch this what happened. You know that squeezer boy, the man got shot 2 weeks ago with a squeezer boy, right?
What you mean?
The guy washing the windows. He parked the car, and got out with a bat.
Oh yeah, what you told me? Yeah.
Now what happened? I live up here. I know what's going on. I know what's going on. Those squeezer boys pissed off a certain kind of people in Baltimore. What happened if a squeezer boy come to you? You said no, thank you, and they always move on.
Right.
But if you
right.
Oh, something you better watch out, because they may be begging for money, but they packing that pistol.
Right. You got to know the temperature of your surroundings. Yeah. And like you said, just keep your mouth closed. You don't have to react to every little thing that happened.
You're right. All right, here's a good one. Proverbs 21st chapter, verse number 2. We can justify our every need, but God looks at our motive. Mm-hmm. We can justify our every need, but God looks at our motives. Brandon, you said you used to take girls, or you made a statement.
Wait a minute.
No. We just not you, but you made a statement. You said bring the girl over to save money and cook at the house.
Yes.
You said your need was just to feed both of y'all.
Yeah, I'm just trying to feed her.
But God knows your motive. You want to try to hit them, increase your chances of hitting them skins.
Right, that's correct. Hidden motives. So
we could justify, hey, we doing this for some reason, but God looks at your heart. So guys, remember, when you do something, don't have a side game behind it. You trying to get this to do this. That's called deceiving. Don't deceive people. Do stuff out of your heart, because God is always watching. What you say about that, Brandon?
I agree. It's hard for people to do that, though, because, you know, a lot of people, I mean, I'm not going to say we have a selfish gene, but it's self-preservation in us. Like, we want to survive. Sometimes we want to do things to get us ahead. but we got to think about God and how God is going to work with us when we're doing the right thing. He's going to push you ahead further if you're working with him instead of working on the side. You with God sometime, but you're doing stuff with the devil on the side too, and you're not going to get anywhere like that. You're not going to get where you're destined to be.
Saying again, somehow I was thinking about something, a story I gonna say. Now I barely listened to you because I was organizing the story.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm just saying, like, you have to be on God's side, on God's team all the way. You can't serve two gods. You know what I'm saying? You can't work with the devil some, doing sly stuff, and then you jump back over here trying to work with God. Oh God, I need you, this and that. Please don't leave me out in the cold. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm trying to do the right thing, but then you slide back over to the devil doing deceitful things and thinking you're gonna get ahead.
Because he knows which one you like. He knows your motive.
Right.
Oh, speaking of that, God is more pleased when we are just and fair than when we give him gifts. God is more pleased when we are just and fair than when we give him gifts. One thing I like about God and Jesus, all those guys, they like your actions,
right,
and your love over your offerings to them.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
So they're like how you treat people. Like Jesus said two things. He said, "With me, I like love, faith." Damn, what was it? Love, faith, and joy. One of those two.
But I get what you're saying. Go ahead.
He said, you don't have to love. You don't have to follow me. Have faith in what I'm teaching.
Yeah.
If you don't have to do all this other stuff. But one thing I do want you to do, if you don't have to follow me, love your neighbor. So love is better than all that other stuff. This love.
Yeah, because you can go to church and tithe all the time, and then you're not spreading the love, you're not loving your neighbor, you're not helping people, you're not doing any of that kind of stuff. So that's what's most important on this earth. Like, he would rather us do that and spread that out than just coming to church and giving gifts, like the verse says, or tithing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna break.
If we had to pick one, go ahead.
Here it is, right here. I was lost. Faith, hope, and love. Jesus said, "I rather you to have love over faith in him. I rather you to have love over hope for new beginnings, because love fix all things." And one thing people want to talk about love is not hateful, man. Love is caring. Love is listening. Love is understanding. Love is not whooping your ass or talking down to you. That's not love.
But do people understand that? Do people understand that though? Like, I think people think tough love is love too. Is it? If somebody give you tough love, is that still love?
Now, what you mean by tough love? Not giving them money to buy drugs? Is that tough love?
Yeah, that's tough love. So does that qualify as love?
Brandon, if you wanna get $20 because you could you could be Hunter Biden. because you could be Hunter Biden, and Joe Biden said, "No, you can't have this $20."
Right.
That's love, man. It ain't no tough love. That's just regular love.
So you're saying Joe Biden shouldn't have gave him that guap?
No. You said telling a person no for something is tough love. No, what you were saying?
I was just talking about the different levels of love, because people might think it's only one type of love. Like you were saying the good side, but it's tough love too, and that qualifies as love, I think.
Why you gotta say tough love? Saying no to one of these?
Yeah. Can I get
some tough love? That's common sense.
but as a parent, it's tough to do that. It's tough to say no when you have it and you know what your kid's gonna do, because you think if he don't get that money from his dad, he ain't gonna get that crack to smoke. He gonna shoot a video smoking crack, regardless if you get it from what's called or not.
Well, he got to work a little harder to get it. Then he got to put the work in. He ain't getting it from me. So
Not
if your
go ahead.
child's a crackhead and she comes every time she come in the house, she be stealing, and you guys said, "Fuck, I'm tired of this. I'm
Right.
changing the locks." You still love your child, but your child was stealing, man, and bringing them hoods in the house. You know,
Right.
the hoods start fighting. Now, is that tough love or that's just love?
That's love. But people would, if you're not on that side of it, you're not gonna see it as love. It's gonna hurt, so it's not gonna feel like love.
Brandon, you trying to justify damn how the crackhead feels. If you ain't on that side, they don't care. They ain't feeling no love. They just want that hit.
Right. But they're in a dark place. Hunter, we should be praying for Hunter. Don't you think we need to be trying to help Hunter? or you think we need
Wait, hold on.
Hunter needs us. Hunter needs us right now. You see how hurt that young man is? All that stuff he's going through. We need to put our resources into getting that young man, that good white man, some help. He needs it. We don't need to lock him up. We don't need to lock him up like the black people that be doing drugs and stuff like that. No, let's not lock them up for possession or being caught with a paraphernalia. Let's help Hunter Biden just because he needs help. He's a good white man.
Who you talking about, me or society?
I'm talking about society, really. But you included. How do you feel?
Nah, don't include me in no society. It's different. Me or society?
You. How do you feel?
I follow the federal government, the laws and regulations, and if he's using a
controlled substance,
he need to have a judge may see fit to do some things for having a controlled substance. That's all I'm saying.
Right. But will it happen? No.
How we know?
We know.
Was he smoking crack
right now?
Was he smoking crack lately?
I don't know. Look, I don't know about crack smokers, but they gonna smoke some crack. You ain't just gonna you might get off it for a little bit, but
wait, hold on, quick.
Some things you ain't gonna just. Oh, hold on.
But I bet Hunter Biden had Joe Biden shook. You know, you can smoke crack out of anything. Now I see this before. Smoking out of the apple. You ever seen that before?
Yes, I have.
Joe Biden, he's a vegetarian. He ain't eating nothing but apples.
Right. But what does that say about the president? Does that make him more relatable because he has a son with an issue that a lot of people have issue with or deal with, or does it make it a bad look?
No, he's not relatable. How can your best friend be Strom Thurmond and you for black? You talk about you here to help the black people and your best friend Strom Thurmond,
right? And that's who a lot of Democrats had us voting for.
Well, black people have been voting for the Democrats since the 1950s, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. And that's the same kind of thing when we were talking about with feminists. Like we getting behind the wrong groups. If you don't form your own group, and just because you see a group that might be trying to fight for some other things that you have in common,
mm-hmm.
They're gonna put their interests first, though. They may game you. They may run some game so you can get aboard. But once they got your vote, they ain't gonna do anything for you, and they show that many times.
You mean Miss Harris, Vice President Harris ain't gonna do nothing for black people?
Nope. Is Brittany Griner? Have they figured that situation out? Shouldn't that be an issue the feminists should be fighting for because it's a woman over there? Like
a woman that broke a law. That's
yeah, but it doesn't matter. You should be trying to make it where if you see a woman that's being held against. I'm not gonna say she did a crime, of course, but she's still an American citizen. We still want to make sure she's okay. She's still a woman. We want to make sure they're not abusing her over there. We don't know what's going on. That's one of us. That's one of us over there.
She walked in that courtroom, ain't it?
Yeah, she walked in the courtroom.
And she talked in there, right?
She did. And we need to make sure
like she okay to be.
But if we're gonna be screaming about all these other issues, we need to be screaming about her issue too, and making sure she's getting a just trial. And they're not just trying to screw her over and get her lost over there, because they can lose her over there. We ain't gonna know what happened.
So, Brandon, if I give you a plane ticket to go to France,
okay,
and you drink all the wine and get drunk, you jump behind the car, kill somebody, drunk driving, who coming from you?
Y'all better come for me. That is a WNBA superstar. I think she might have won a championship. That's Brittany Griner. That is a national treasure. As Black woman, we need to be that's an LGBT WNBA player. We need to be speaking about her. We need to make sure she's getting a fair trial. That's all I'm saying. If we're gonna be talking about somebody,
a fair trial, it's in Russia. According to Russia, she had one.
Okay, we need to make sure they ain't trying to throw her under the jail though, just for what happened. I get that their crimes are different, but we want to make sure they're not trying to take it out on her unfairly.
Biden could get Brittany Griner over here and drop up a dime.
Right, and that's
all he got to do is give up one of those Russian persons,
and you need to do it right.
Right.
That's
all he got to do.
And if you're low in the polls with voters and they don't agree with how you running the country, don't you think that'll make you look better?
How many people knew who was Brittany Griner?
A lot of people.
I knew Brittany Griner since 2012, 2011. Right. I actually quoted her in one of my verses. I said, I'm higher than the titness on Brittany Griner. You know. So that was a decade ago. How many people know about Brittany Griner? If it wasn't for this Russia.
When you're desperate like Joe Biden should be, that's an easy win. Just give up somebody that we have over there, one of their people, and send them back.
Joe Biden said he's not desperate. Look at the polls.
Oh, is that what he said? No.
He said that a few weeks ago. Look at the polls. He ain't desperate.
Okay, all right. And he's delusional then.
He gonna have you in Georgia now. He gonna put that commercial, bring your booties to the polls, bring them strippers. Then we gonna be lining up. I'm voting for Joe. I'm voting for Joe. We be lining up again.
Right.
And how they doing it now, boy, I tell you, to vote in Georgia, you gonna need triple ID. You can't bring no water. Right. You gotta have a suit when you stand in line. You don't got no fucking suit on. You ain't voting. You know, they make all these crazy laws. Right. No people. You
can't get no food, no water. Right? No DoorDash.
If somebody bring a bottle of water, that motherfucker get arrested.
Right. That's vote tampering or something. They're gonna try to throw the book at you.
Let somebody bring some Aquafina in line, a box of Aquafina, and see what happened to you in Georgia. And you got y'all got the Joe website, whatever his name, the preacher versus the running back.
Oh, talking about Herschel Walker. Walker.
They're gonna do a debate.
Are they? I want to see that, just because Herschel Walker, I'm not the best at articulating myself, but Herschel Walker isn't either. But he got a lot of things. He was condemning Black men for not taking care of their kids, and then come out that he had a hidden kid himself. You know, I think one of his sons are gay. He has a lot of things going on in his household that he can be attacked for. But you know, I think people still gonna vote for him. And I can't remember the other guy he's going against. It's not Warshak or
no, it's the preacher. Yeah,
is that his name? Okay,
yeah, a black guy. Look, black guy versus black guy. Now tell me this: how can a man has the kahunas to talk about black guys? I'm just going off your statement.
Mm-hmm.
Black guys ain't taking care of their family, but meantime he at the house treating his women like Mortal Kombat, doing uppercuts, roundhouse and kicks, whipping bitches ass.
So did that come out?
I think he got arrested for that stuff before,
Oh,
Brandon.
well, a lot of
So,
people are hypocrites. They'll tell you not to do something, and they go home and do the same thing.
that's life, man.
That is life. So
That's life.
don't fall in love with these politicians and what they say. Some people got the gift of gab, and not even that. Some people just will say something, and people are backing them, and they'll do whatever they want to do to fulfill the agenda that they're supposed to, and leave you high and dry.
Now with Georgia, we're gonna talk a little politics. Georgia's, black people, you could vote if you want to. You can vote. That's your choice. But if I was a black person in Georgia, I would definitely try to get out a vote, because what these people tried to do to y'all down there,
Right? That's crazy. Right?
they try to lock. They try to lock. Oh, we got too many baboons and orangutans out here.
Trying to make a difference.
try to make a difference. We need to limit this stuff, because they damn near lost the election almost 2 terms in a row.
Right. And they know that, and they trying to make sure that don't happen.
They was doing stuff like, it's always loopholes and everything. I think Georgia got something like a judge, like judges got to be voted in, but if they retire before the next election, the governor can put their own judge in there, and that judge could do another 4 years. So they could bypass voters if they really wanted to. But watch out for Georgia, man. They've been coming for the voting rights since 1870, and they still ain't stopping. And you saw Roe versus Wade, they was coming back. They always come back.
And that's a good segue. Did you see how, like, some people, I haven't seen a lot of things, but they're trying to compare abortion to slavery. Have you seen that argument?
That was Kamala Harris was saying that shit, ain't it?
Yeah, I think she said it initially, and a lot of people have been talking about that statement. So how do you feel about that? I haven't even wrapped my head around like what that truly means. Like,
what the hell you got to wrap your head around for? That's asinine statement and a ludicrous statement.
I agree with that. But how could they even try to compare the two though? I don't.
You tell me. I don't know. I didn't make a statement. You tell.
but I just don't. So but I'm just trying to get the case that they're trying to say that trying to tell women that they can't have an abortion is the same thing as owning people and raping them and mutilating them and doing all kind of things to them. That's the same thing. Or that I think they were saying abortion, it might be worse. I don't know. You gotta be careful what people are saying, and they trying to, I don't agree with what the government is doing with abortion. I feel like women, you can't tell women what to do, but I ain't about to say it's worse than slavery, because slavery is a whole another issue. That's not controlling one thing in your life; it's controlling your whole life. So the two aren't even comparable, in my opinion.
I agree. And you say you're a feminist, right?
No. If you read the definition, that applies to me. I'm not a feminist, okay. But by definition.
Why I had to sign up for the draft when I was 18, and women don't get to sign up for the draft when they're 18. Why is that, Brandon? Why they can't sign up like I can't sign up?
Do you remember that? I remember that. That was a scary time. I'm like, dang, they making you do this. You got to do this.
You didn't have to, but
you had to.
If you want
benefits and
if you want any federal stuff, any kind of any federal money,
right?
That's the question. if you was born after 1959, have you signed up for the draft? So why women don't get to do that, Brandon?
Women are special. Women are special. We need women. I guess they want women in the kitchen. It must be. They want us on the battlefield or working, and they want women in the kitchen.
What they got to do with a damn draft? What they got to do with a draft, Brandon?
Well, if we go into war, we're going to get all the young men out here. We're not going to take the women in too. Like, we're just going to use the men to do that. We're going to leave the women behind, I guess. and train the men and get them ready for war. Because women shouldn't be in the army. I guess I don't know, even though there are women in the army.
Well, I can't make that statement, but I thought about it this week. I said, I don't hear no feminists talking about that point. They want to get signed up for the draft too.
Right. Women, right. That's one thing they don't want. You don't want to go to war. And if you can avoid a draft, yeah, they're not going to sign up for that. They want to be equal in certain things. And I understand. I ain't going to be pushed. If I'm a woman, I'm not going to be like, yeah, women, we need to be in this draft. We need to be signing up for this. Like, if the men doing it, I want to do it too. No, we ain't trying to do that.
So you saying that group pick and choose?
Yes.
So they don't get. Okay. Well, where do give me some? Do you know any examples where man? I know some examples that man benefit for being a man.
They would say in the dating game, just because they feel like we have the advantage because we want different things. But
what do you mean you want different things? Well, I don't understand you.
Well, when we're dating, it seems like men, we're not as focused on marriage, and they are. So it seems like we have the leverage, we have the say so in the relationship.
Who told you that statement? You a married man. I think you always did. You always want to be married, Brandon?
Did I always want to be married? I saw myself getting married. Yes, I did.
So you had marriage on your brain. So
it's not, but for women, it's more right now. Men, it's more in the future. We want to get married.
Well, we know that, Brandon, because the top
that's how the leverage work. And that's how the leverage work. Like, they're ready now. Women, for the most part, they're ready now because they don't want to be dating a lot of men and having their body count go up. They're ready to get married now. The men,
YouTube don't say that.
Who don't say that?
YouTube don't say that.
What you mean?
YouTube body count don't matter.
You got to be careful what you hear on YouTube. Well, let me ask you. So by the Bible, is we should be marrying virgins, and we shouldn't be having sex until marriage. But ultimately, that may not happen for a lot of people, for the majority of people. So you want to, if you make a couple hiccups here and there, you don't want to just keep hiccuping over and over again. You're trying to keep your hiccups to a minimum.
So what's a high number, Brandon, for male and female?
A high number for women, because for me.
No, let's do male. Let's just do male. What's the high number for guys?
I don't think it's unless you hit over 100. I don't think it's a high number for men. I just don't think it's like if you say you had sex with 98 women, I'm like, oh, okay. But if you say you had 150, I'm be like 100. That's a lot of people.
You know what? I don't think I wouldn't want to have sex with 98 women. Am I strange?
No. Because
30 of them women had STDs. More than that. You're right. So I may be the strange guy on the internet, right? But I'm paranoid.
Right, and a lot of people have HIV. A lot of people have AIDS. I mean, a lot of people have herpes. There's a lot of different things going around. And not only that, like when you have sex with somebody, some people believe that your souls are, just like whoever you hang around, you take on their energy. And so if you having a deeper connection with somebody, that's going to change who you are too. It's going to affect your life too. So if you just having sex with multiple partners, you entangling yourself with multiple people and their energy and who they are.
I'm about to show you the effects of having, you said 100 partners. I'm going to show you the effects of having 100 partners. Brandon, pick your favorite ice cream, vanilla, strawberry, or chocolate.
Vanilla.
All right. Now, Brandon, hold on. Let me look this up. Hold on. Basket. Shit. See, I got my screen in the middle so I can look straight.
And we got Nancy in the comments. She said, these guys are very funny. Keep it up. Love the channel. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
That's not real. I'm just practicing.
Brandon, you son of a bitch. But yeah, well, you shouldn't have kept me going. All right, Brandon. Now tell me what flavors you like. You like Oreo s'mores, golden
Oreo
hour,
s'mores.
beach day, watermelon bus. No, I ain't finished reading. You got to hear all of them because you may like
okay, go ahead.
your vanilla down
It's
here.
a bunch of them, right?
Coconut swirl,
now that one.
Baseball nut, no sugar, cherries, chocolate chip, chocolate cookie dough, chocolate fudge, daiquiris, cotton candy. Which flavor do you want? Which flavor do you like, Brad?
Mm-hmm. The chocolate. I'm gonna go with chocolate chip cookie dough. But I mean, I really want all of them actually.
Okay, now look at that. When you have fewer options, i.e., fewer partners, you made a quick decision. I want vanilla. But as you taste and look, your appetite comes wider. Now it's hard to make the decision.
Right.
Now, one day you may want chocolate chip. The next day you may want to go back to your vanilla. Then the next day you say, "Fuck that vanilla," because he's cheating on me. I want to go to something else.
Right.
So,
and I think that's why a lot of I think that's why a lot of entertainers, it's hard for them to be with one person, just because a lot of people want them. They have a lot of options. It's constantly people in their face. So, like you say, they got a lot of ice cream to taste and sample. Did you want to talk about?
That's why you gotta be careful.
Did you want to talk about?
Let's talk about JT.
Huh?
Oh, I JT Pocket Watcher. Pocket Watcher. He brought up Nikki V on there. No, not Nikki.
Who is Nikki?
Vicky Diller. He talked about her.
Did. There we go. I saw you tag one of Vicky Diller in one of our what's it called? Our stories. Not our stories. Our live. No, the shorts. One of our shorts.
I forgot.
So what did he say? I'm interested in this. We shout out to our one guest that's watching. So what did he say about Vicky Diller? We actually do have a person who watches that, but go ahead.
All right, JT Parker Watcher. He, in my opinion, I got to say something to what out.
But you like JT. You like JT Pocket Watcher too, so.
Yes, but in the back of my mind, he's a
hater. What?
No, he's not a hater. He got snitch habits on him. so
is it a snitch habit, or is it like
snitch habit? The man, the first one who goes to the cop.
Is he a whistleblower? Is he a whistleblower?
Nah, he is, but he do have a little snitch habit too.
Okay, go ahead. What did he say?
So he's getting more subscribers. So I guess his research could go a little deeper. He pulled court documents on Vicky Diller about some actions she done 2006, 2007.
Right, and I heard about it recently.
And she was sentenced in like 2012, 2013, around that time. And per his documents, she committed bank fraud.
Yep, that's it. With somebody else, with a man too, right? It was her and another man. But go ahead.
I didn't want to have too much listen to it because I don't like people digging like that. Yeah, I'm like, damn, why you? Now she's doing some empowerment for the Black community for her segment. I ain't really never seen her try to sell or do all this special stuff on her current platform.
Yeah,
she just speaking. Why go to a government source? Pay your money to get the documents, because you could with the Freedom of Information Act, you could get any document in the court.
Right.
And then post about that long ago.
Well, in my opinion, just because I followed the fallout between Vicky Diller, Michi X, and some of the other people, Dr. Boyce Watkins, like some people want to be famous so bad, they want to rise so bad. And when they're rising, I think some of that stuff kind of go to their head, and she's done people wrong. I mean, people have done videos. I've watched it. It's people who've helped her build her platform. She kind of turned her back on them, and she doing her own thing. And I mean, that just happens in business when you're doing stuff. But if you don't have stuff in writing, and you don't have contracts, yes, this stuff is gonna happen. So you have to make sure you're on the same page with somebody legally. If somebody want to switch up, they don't want to work with you anymore. That's just what it is. It might seem cold, it might seem, inconsiderate, but people still have the right to do that. Say if I didn't want to do this show with you anymore, I say, Lewis, I ain't doing it no more.
All right, just don't do it. That's it.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. You can't be so sensitive, and you can't be, trying to attack people. But that's part of YouTube too. Slander, defamation, looking people's history up, doxing.
I never heard Vicky attack really anybody.
She doesn't attack Boris people.
Watson. She talked Roland Martin. That's about it. I really
right. Vicky doesn't do that publicly, but people will say she does stuff behind the scenes or whatever. And like I say, I ain't gonna say you gotta have some tough skin, but you gotta grow up. You gotta be an adult. You know what I'm saying? Like all this little tit tat stuff, like, it is what it is. It comes with it.
Don't you supposed to do stuff behind the scenes and not public, Brandon?
Yeah, I agree. I never said I had anything against her, because I still watch Vicky. I like how she does her show. She's good. She's a good orator. She, know how to hold a crowd. She does a little antics and stuff like that. I like some of the stuff. She's positive. You know what I'm saying? What can I say bad about her? She's had a criminal background. That don't mean condemn somebody.
And we all did criminal actions before.
Yeah, you can't condemn somebody just because of that. So is that the only thing he brought up?
Oh yeah,
I've heard that she owes some money to the government or whatever behind the bank thing. So
Now see, you got a politician right now who did some of that fraudulent act, Mayor Mosley. Why he didn't talk about this public figure? Why go digging, man?
Yeah, because people need content. They need content, and they know what people gonna click on. People gonna see Vicky Dillard like a scandal. Oh, let me go watch this, because people like drama.
And here's I can't say dumb, but just because here's an audience, just because the government said you've done something, that don't necessarily mean it's the truth.
Yeah, that's true.
So you tell me this: you got little old Vicky Dillard. What the hell the FBI doing? What the hell the FBI doing on Vicky Dillard? What? So it may be a little more than some fraudulent bank statements. The FBI, the FBI, they was on Malcolm X, right?
Right.
They was on Martin Luther King. Any black person with influence, the FBI was all over them. Yeah. And guess who the FBI overlooks?
We ain't even gonna say it.
The KKK, the nationalist group, they overlook them. Close eyes.
Aren't they the same? One and the same kinda.
I won't say that, Brandon.
Right. That's why I didn't want to say it. But they've done investigations and found that out. So why would you look into your own self? But you've heard of Rizza Islam? She's kind of cool with him too, and the FBI is after him as well and trying to block pages he has for certain messages he put out.
And they kind of leaked her in those profiles too. Mm-hmm.
So you can promote killing and selling drugs and doing that kind of stuff, but if you talking about natural healing or trying to empower your own people or showing them something different, they want to stop that. Yeah.
Empower what people?
Black people.
Okay, there you go. And not everybody. We empower black people, but we don't got the clout yet.
Right. Right.
And go ahead. We won't never say nothing on here that really do something, because that'd be stupid talking on this damn chatter to say something.
Right. And you know what I was thinking about the other day? Because, I look at some of our comments and people think like we just always attacking, we always talking about race. This country is racist and this and that, and trying to put the blame on white people. But we do also call out black people too when they do stuff, especially entertainers. Like, we're not just one-sided. We'll call out our own people when we see them doing something that's not right or misleading our culture or our youth. it's not it's about race, but it's not just necessarily about race. Like we're not
And
just biased to our own people.
And you talk about them shorts, right?
What's yours? Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
shorts we
Well,
put
the
up.
short, yeah. We had a lot of the shorts and stuff like that. People act like, I mean, you don't see our channel in an entirety anyway through a short, but I just want to make sure people understand, like we do call out our own people, like we call out Jim Jones, or we said Young Thug was doing this, or talking about how rappers push the switch, a Glock switch, when if you're getting caught with that, you're going to do some serious time. It's not a slap on the wrist if they catch you with that. And that's something that rappers aren't telling people.
And watch this. I tell them myself, Mr. My Life, My Money, I practice systematic racism, Brandon.
Okay.
Because if I had to get property, I'll buy a property in a good zip code. Because systematic racism made sure that zip code, the prices go up.
Right.
I practice systematic racism. Why I see a group of black guys hanging out from the corner, I gotta go inside the gas station. I ain't walking by them. Right. So I tell them my own damn self.
Right.
So,
and that's honest. And I think a lot of white people
actually, I'll walk
honest.
by them, Brandon. I'll walk by them. Just there.
Now I'll think about it.
I think. I was like, hold on. Let me make sure my
button and my wallet
right. zipped up.
Right. But my point is, like, we call out our own people. I think white people have to start calling out other white people when they see them doing stuff that's not right, that's offensive, that's harmful to another race or to themselves.
That goes against the whole system.
And
if you made that statement, America will blow up right now. It'll be if you thought Venezuela was bad. We'll be in Venezuela right now.
And why do you say that? So what'll happen if they start calling? Never mind, because
you can't do it, Brandon. The whole system, the American foundation. You're talking about the foundation that holds everything together. So with this current foundation here on this channel, we try to teach everybody, but especially black folks, you could benefit from this you could benefit from this racist system.
Right.
Because the stock market is not the stock market may be racist, but they're not prejudiced.
Yeah.
So
you can get in on it.
You can get in on it.
Right.
You can get in on the game. Houses, they tried their best to be racist with the houses by increasing the prices, but we teach you increase your income so you could buy those houses so you can get in the game.
Right.
So
have you been through the buying a house process, or just you familiar with it somewhat? Like,
Brandon, why you gonna ask me that question? You know I got a townhouse.
Okay, well, the viewers might not know. I'm just asking you to set you up. I know, but it's a lot of hoops you have to jump through. You have to have all your paperwork. You have to have all your money accounted for. You can't just have somebody slide you $50,000 and be like, "Oh yeah, I got $50,000. I'm ready to put this money on this house." They be like, "Well, where did you get this money from? Where'd you get this $50,000 from?" Because they want to make sure you're going to be able to handle this payment, and it's not like they're taking a too big of a risk on giving you this house, this property.
All right, what Brandon's talking about, don't get scared. Ain't that many damn hoops if you know the damn system. Get your credit correct. If you got money under your mattress, you can need to put that in the bank about 2 years before you buy a house.
Right.
And make sure it's under $10,000 at a time.
Why though?
Because the Patriot Act, 9/11. Now they anything over $10,000, it may be $600 now, but anything over $10,000 is scrutinized.
Right.
And if you buy a house, any large lump sums, transfer or deposit is scrutinized. That's why I say put in there 2 years before you buy the house. They ain't go that but it ain't that many hoops. You just got to know the system. Get your credit right. Get your money, because a house, you would spend money on the house before you own the house. Would you agree with that, Brandon?
Yes, I agree.
How you spend money on the house before you own the house.
Because you're just going to be putting money towards the future of the house and what you're going to put in the house and what you're going to invest into the house.
I won't say that.
How would you say it?
My first house, this was damn got me. Before you sign the dotted line where you own the house, you gotta get an inspection, you pay for it. You gotta get an appraisal, you pay for it. You gotta get a whole bunch of stuff you pay cash for before you even go there. So when you get a house, don't be broke because it's gonna cost you a few $1,000s.
Right.
Well, I don't know about no few $1,000s, but it's gonna cost you money.
Depending on depending on where you're coming from. Right.
Yeah.
The closing, getting furniture, moving, that stuff can add up. Real easy. You're gonna have to take time off of work.
Now, with Brandon talking about furniture, I don't promote that. That's him 500 once you buy a new house and get you all this furniture to be in debt.
Yes, go to Best Buy, go get that 70-inch TV and have it mounted. Have the Geek Squad come through, put it on the wall.
You put your old shit in that house and do room by room. I go do one room every year.
Right.
Do room by room. Don't be getting no $10,000 debt on no Chinese made furniture. And 1 year gonna be wore out.
Right. And that comes with experience. Like we've bought furniture, we've lived on it, we've tested it out. You be like, oh, this shit ain't gonna last. Like it looks nice right now, but how much you think you got to spend on a couch for the last 10 years? Like you got to spend a lot of money on a couch if you want it to last. Or you can go to Big Lots or go ahead.
I'll go make some statements. I highly never bought any furniture. I'm almost 40 years old, but I ain't buy a bed set yet. I redid free bed set, vintage stuff. And look at this. That couch. That
looks great.
Couch. That may be couch number. My parents got me the couch for BitLocks. That was $300. They ain't last that long.
Right. And that's what I've done. I go to Big Lots. I mean, you want to get something and it's not going to last a long time. It's going to fit what you needed to do at that moment. And then you get something else if you want to, again, from Big Lots for $300 if you want to, or thrift store or, consignment place.
Shit, most people ride that couch to the damn.
Well, not if it starts peeling.
They sit on the couch and be on the floor.
I've got one of those fake leather ones that it started peeling, so I had to get another one. You know which ones I'm talking about.
I know the flatter. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
So
but furniture that lasts a long time costs a lot. Like Lazy Boy make good stuff, and that'll last a while. Or think about this. I had like some cheap being Vita, bought some couches, $1,200. I rotated where I sit on the couch. So one day I sit right here, the other day I sit
and
right
you
here.
have to. You have to, because I've worn my furniture out too, because I don't sit down easy. You plopping down, like if you're doing that every day, all that weight, like you're just gonna start showing in the furniture. It's just part of having stuff and using it. It's gonna have wear and tear.
If I had to buy, one reason why I want a truck, because I go to Goodwills a lot and occasionally you see some real good furniture in there that you could just redo. I don't think I'm buying any really more, unless it's a couch or something or a mattress.
Right.
I don't think I'm buying any more furniture, Brandon. You see that chair behind me? That chair costs $15 from Goodwill. And it's some bitch, all wood, sturdy.
Right.
And it's got a little thing right here, man. It's
quality. It's gonna last.
Yeah.
But some furniture they make now, like IKEA furniture, for example, like a lot of people like to buy it. I was in a phase where I was buying IKEA furniture. IKEA furniture is not gonna last long. It's cheap. It's flimsy. After a while, you opening the clothes and that stuff, it's gonna start wearing down. It's just not gonna work the same.
You're right. Imagine this. Somehow my box spring, I wore out 3 box springs since college. So imagine how long a IKEA
Right,
beds go last.
right.
Yeah,
So
if I wore out 3 box braids, and our kid don't have box braids, they got the little
that
wood
Mhm.
stuff.
Right. And I bought that too, and it's not as comfortable, and that stuff starts to split and wear down too. So
But it looks good.
yeah, it looks good. It looks modern, but sometimes that modern stuff looks good and it starts to fade. Like you spill some water on that stuff if you want to, it'll start tearing down and breaking down.
Now you said you want to talk about Boosie.
Yeah, before we go, because I'm about to get some food for my little family.
It's almost 9 o'clock. I don't think we can have a conversation talk about Boosie, Brandon.
Okay, well we'll save it. We'll try to do another one during the week. I am going to Tampa. I'm going to Tampa.
What
so
you mean you going to Tampa?
We going to Tampa. Work vacation kind of sort of thing, but I'm not going to be working.
And this is at your is this at your other place in
my
Florida?
Wife's work? No, this my wife's doing something for her job, so we're gonna go with her, and we're gonna take a break from the restaurant.
Working, she working.
Yes, she's working, and I'm tagging along. So I do want to do a couple videos, since I'm not gonna be working so much. So we'll do a Boosie video then.
Well, you got to just let me know. You the one with the complicated schedule.
Right, so complicated.
Hey, bring your drone. You need to get some good drone footage.
Definitely. Yeah. Have you been down to Tampa? I've been one time, and I was
I've never been to Tampa.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get some. Because like we said, I haven't put up no videos on my channel, and I don't know how long. And I don't know about your channel. I haven't seen no new videos.
I put 1 or 2 out. I put at least 1 every 2-3 weeks.
Oh yeah, and we got to celebrate. We hit 100 subscribers, so that's a big deal. But we had 101. So we do appreciate you guys who do watch the content and do watch the lives or the full content, not just the shorts, because people are eating them doing shorts. So I said, God damn, Lewis, doing another short. Like you do the ones where what's the last thing? Do people deserve nice things? I was like, Lewis got people.
Oh, that was a double hitter, sir. That was one for My Life, My Money, and
right. But that's what I'm about to say. So is it an older video? Because you'll put some of the older videos up.
Yeah, I did that last week. Last weekend.
Okay. But you've had some older videos, because like a topic will resurface, and we already talked about it like a couple months ago, and it's still what we said back then still makes sense today.
Oh, see how Brandon, how that works. It's just recycling, man. I mean, it made this. It don't pop. You talk about a short don't pop up.
Yeah.
I make the damn short. So if they pop up, that means I touched it.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, something, because it's a video from when I was recording back at my house. You know what I'm saying? Or early on. I can't remember what it was, but
horrible. You sitting way back. Like this, the damn quality. I said, this is the worst looking short we can make.
I know. We come a long way. I don't know whether people know that or not, but we have come a long way.
If I put those shorts up, that quality, we're real low.
This how I'll be sitting back like this. Tell me.
See, and to make the short, you know how big the frame is, so I zoom it way close up.
Right.
So, and right now,
I got you.
How you looking now is probably the best you looked in the car.
Right. And I've been trying to play with it a little bit. Yeah. I'm for the last time I pushed my seat all the way forward, so I'm right at the camera. So it just makes sense. You got to just play with it, see what looks better, what's the best angle and all that kind of stuff.
I probably won't do a lot of shorts out of this video. We talk about transphobic stuff. So
I know, right. But it's okay. We're gonna record again.
If a person want to hear this, they gotta hear the whole damn thing.
Right.
Yeah. But I can listen to it, see what's happening.
But all right, Lewis, I'll let you go.
All right, talk to you later.
All right, then. Thanks, fans.
All right, make sure you subscribe.